Here we go. It's live time. And guy just walked by wearing like 2 comforters. Holy cow. Holy cow, you know what I mean? Hello everyone, welcome to yet another live Vagina. Thank you so much for the heart me. Greatly appreciate that. Pug Daddies, hello there. John Bogus, hello, good to see you. Trying to make sure our heat and stuff is turned off so it won't interrupt during the stream. I think we're okay. Vagina, hey, JJ Punk, good to see you there. Isabella Mom live. You say Elf, but your son loves the Grinch? Yeah, Navy Thunder is currently addicted to the newest Grinch movie. She is a big fan. Hey, Sam, good to see you. Jocelyn both, yeah. Bill Grinch has the adorable dog, Max. Heck yeah. Subeka, thank you so much for the share. Greatly appreciate that. Jennifer, hey, good to see you. Sam. Jess, you're on time. Heck yeah. Gemma, hey, good to see you. Selena, Albert, both is an acceptable answer. That's okay. Hey, we're focused on Lightning Bolt's first 3K to get Candy Thunder up here. What about Charlie Brown? Yeah, we're just focused on the 2 for now. 2018 Grinch, Candy Thunder says. Is that the newest one? Is it? It's been out since 2018? Tony Spark gives it the thumbs down. Because you said it was too sad, right? I mean, there's like a sad scene in it. But Jill, thank you for the share. Greatly appreciate that. Elf, both. Isabella's the one your son loves as well. Heck yeah. Kelsey, Ellen, good to see ya. Nana Jane, hello there. Becky, Sarah, it's officially. Amanda Nicole Newman, thank you so much for the share. Greatly appreciate that. Diana Goblin says, hello fam, QOD Grinch. Heck yeah. Unicorn Goddess. See, next one we're going to do is which Grinch? Because you've got the original, you've got the Jim Carrey live action one, and then you've got the newest one, right? So if you say Grinch, which Grinch? Tell us which way or which one you think there. Bobby Joe sending out a gifted sub to Kimberly Priholda. Welcome to the Gosh Heckin' fam. Glad to have you here. Jen here, Katrina, Gemma, thank you guys so much for the shares. Greatly appreciate that. Ellie, Grinch, your son loves both the new and old. Heck yeah. Tanya QOD, how do you choose? You just got it. Jim Carrey Grinch is also great. Yeah, I think it's much less kid friendly though. Little kid. The newest one is little kid friendly. The Indecisive Bride's first time catching me live. Well, heck yeah, glad to have you here. Subeka, happy gosh heckin' birthday. Glad you are here with us. Struggling with the multi says a mix of both. That's acceptable. Ellie, thank you so much for the share. Denise, I am the Grinch. Iron Frost says, I don't know why I've always hated the Grinch. Now I'm way behind. KDCLKB, Graham, Diana Galvin, Unicorn Goddess, John Bogus, thank you so much for the shares. Maddie, Denise, as well, Darla, Amy, Doodles Dragon, Angie, Crash Cart Ronnie, good to see you here. Thank you for the share. Greatly appreciate it. Ellen, can't stay the entire time. One last final to study for. End of undergrad is tomorrow. Well, heck yeah. Congrats on your upcoming finish line and good luck on that last one. Kimberly, thanks so much for the share. Piotr, Sergeant Matt, good to see you there, man. Tiffany, thank you for the share. Greatly appreciate it. Lady Stormfly, heck yes. Heather, SOS Flint, Be Not Afraid. Any of the Grinches. But you can also specify Jess. Crash Car Ronnie, Tinker Truck, Caitlin, thank you so much for the shares there. Greatly appreciate it. We are Lightning Bolt focused and well on our way already. Andrea, Candy Thunder with the share. Lisa Charlton, thank you so much for the share. Ellen, Vanessa, Jessica, thank you so much for the shares. Greatly appreciate it. C and Son as well. Dana, Queenie, Danny, Vanessa, thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. Smile. Hey, Miles is on with us here. Good to see you there, Miles. And Ambracker Crystal, Chaos Happens, Pam K, thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. Twinkle Saz, Jen here, Honey Bear, Angie, Candy CLKB, SOS Flint, Andrea, Carrie Riggin, Piotr, Chris, Pam K, Andrea again, JJ Punk, Caitlin, Chasing Butterflies, Carrie, Candy Thunder, and Ambracker, Caitlin, and Ambracker again. Jill, Lady Stormfly, Carrie Riggin, Chelsea Stevens with the lightning bolts there. Diana, Ellen, OMG Cookies, Christian Museum Girl, Jennifer, Lady Stormfly, Gen X Brats, Selena, Albert. That was a lot of talking in a very short amount of time. La Boca Dragon, Angie, Fane. Thank you guys so much. Greatly appreciate all the love there. JJ Punk resubbing. Heck yeah, glad to have you in the fam. The gosh heckin' fam. Nats Vaz, you listen to us together and love the insight, sending us both good vibes. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate that. Greatly appreciate it. Golden now, breathe. Sometimes I forget. I forget to breathe sometimes. Also, been miserably ill for the past few days, so right now, I don't feel terrible. I think I've just convinced myself to feel good. I'm also heavily medicated at the moment, so there we go. Everybody, Miles is not in today, but he is in chat, so make sure you show him some love there. Oh, Unicorn Goddess forgetting to breathe is legit an ADHD symptom? Ugh. Joyful Stranger, it does. It has that creepy little cinematic turn. You know what I mean? It's the bridge. Yeah, it's got a cinematic, kind of creepy bridge. User 17659 with the love from Tripoli, Libya. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. And yeah, it may be funny today. I don't know. I've been using the wrong words. I was asking Candy Thunder to hand me my towel because I was in the shower and forgot to hang it on the towel hook thing. And I said, hey, can you hand me my gummy? Nowhere near the right thing. Nowhere near. Terry with the hugs from Ireland. Thanks so much. Struggling with Monty. Back to work. Glad to have you here, even if it's only for a moment. What a QOD. Question of the day, Chrissy. Kathy, thanks. Thanks for the love. Greatly appreciate it. All right, we're going to get rocking and rolling here. How about it? You like apples? How about them apples here? Welcome to today's stream. Coming up, we have stories about holiday breakups, cheating, crappy takeout, roadside abandonment, holiday boundary drama, all the holiday drama, gift buying dilemmas, petty revenge, and of course, cake. And as Tony Spark will attest, sometimes when Jimmy John says they're going to be freaky fast, they don't really mean it. And it takes an hour to get a sandwich. It just showed up. Poor guy. Poor guy's trying to eat it very quietly now. Like 20 blocks away. We just put the Jimmy Johns and Joplin Mo on blast. Sorry, guys. So the first goal today, again, is 3K bolts to get Candy Thunder up here. The likes goal for today is 750K. We are already on our way there. Quick updates. The Christmas podcast of the Christmas episode of the Dusty Thunder podcast comes out this Sunday with Candy Thunder and Tony Spark as my guests. And we had a hell of a good time. I've watched 13 minutes of it so far, and I think we're hilarious. It's going to be wildly entertaining. Also, don't forget to check out the YouTube channel. We have tons of great content on there that you will not find on TikTok. On YouTube, we post at least 2 times per day. Plus, we have compilations, and the podcast gets posted there. So be sure to check that out. All of the videos that we do will make it there. Only a select few get posted on TikTok. We wanted to take a moment and thank some of our friends here who have sent us gifts recently. Everything from Tim Tams, like a whole lot of Tim Tams. we have amassed a I don't even know how to refer to it. We have amassed a Scrooge McDuck gold vault worth of Tim Tams. Not to say that we would turn any additional ones down, but we went from having no Tim Tams and being in Tammet mode to having now a surplus, and thank you guys so much for that. Greatly appreciate it. Everything from Tim Tams to friendship bracelets, keychain, shirts, and even books. So Kate, Michaela, Tanya, Golden Owl Supply Co., Sandra, Angel, C.A. O'Driscoll, Tracy, and Jane. Thank you guys so much for sending stuff into us. It has been very, very cool. Also want to thank our mods, Nisi, Beer Today, Angel, and Ellen. You guys do an amazing job. We're so thankful for our awesome Thunder fam, and none of this would be possible without you. So much love to all of you, but especially the people we talked about. Don't forget about this going on today. Wheel of Thunder is going on today. At the end of today's live, the top 10 gifters and 2 new subs and 2 existing subs will go on Wheel of Thunder. We will spin it during the VIP live today. Madison Mason, resubbing. Heck yeah, glad to still have you in the gosh heckin' fam. And as a reminder, no spoilers today, please. Don't get your butt muted. Just don't do it. So, Let's rock and roll with our very first story today. This is a follower submission. Followers who submitted stories that were chosen for today's show were emailed earlier today, so you know what to do if you want to claim your story. If you just want to sit back and watch, it's totally your call too. Let's see here. Today's first story is titled, Am I the astronaut for wanting to break up with my boyfriend because of his behavior over Christmas or any holiday? My boyfriend 28 and I 29 because of his Christmas plans this year. It was a weird line, but okay. Press on, we will. We've had issues last year and broke up for around 8 months. When we got back together, I told him multiple times all I wanted for Christmas or holidays was to not be the way they were before. Last year, I spent it completely alone, crying, and I did not receive a single gift from anyone. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do this for that. I got myself something to pretend it was from my mom. We've been dating for around 3 years now, so imagine my hurt and shock when he tells me he's not going to spend Christmas with me this year. He's going to go on a road trip to Georgia, to his mom's, to be with her. He did not tell me, he did not invite me, he did not speak to me about it. I'm genuinely so hurt. Last year, I was not even invited to Christmas because his mom doesn't like me, and I have no idea what she's told the rest of his family, but she's convinced them to dislike me as well. I'm never invited to birthdays, Thanksgiving, or Christmas. He always goes, so it feels like he puts them first. Uh-oh, this just moved as I was reading it. Who's clicking around? Did you accidentally click something while I was reading? Are you messing with stuff on the document? Candy Thunder. For shame. For shame. In the middle of reading a line and the whole thing just moves on me. I'm like, what is going on? Who put a question mark on the teleprompter? Okay, let me try to figure out where I was here. I'm never invited to birthdays, Thanksgiving, or Christmas. He always goes, so it feels like he puts them first and never fights for me. It wouldn't have been so hard to digest had he at least talked to me about it. When I told him about my hurt and asked why weren't my feelings considered, he blew up on how earlier this year I prevented us from going on vacation due to some health problems and emergency surgery, which led to financial issues for a couple of months. Yeah, shame on you for that. He just wanted to go on vacation, which ultimately made me feel so much guilt I decided to forget my feelings. I'll cope. But our relationship is slowly declining. He doesn't cuddle or kiss, and we aren't intimate. It's so miserable, and now he's told me that if I love him, I won't get him anything for Christmas, even though he's letting all of his family members buy him stuff. This guy's confusing. Anytime I try to ask questions, he won't speak and says it's uncomfortable. He's even asked me not to send TikToks that are cute or sweet because they're uncomfortable. Am I an asshole for wanting to leave and break things off? I feel so unloved, unheard, and unwanted, and I cry every single day. I just don't think I can continue to be with someone who won't offer affection, and I don't feel wanted. I just can't imagine living this way for another year, or 5, or 10, etc. Let's go ahead and make this determination right now. You're absolutely not the astronaut for wanting to leave. I think it's really interesting the way that you closed this and said, am I an asshole for wanting to leave and break things off? And then said, I feel so unloved, unheard, and unwanted, and I cry every single day. Every day that you choose to stay in this relationship is a day that you're choosing to feel that way again. And I know, what is it that's preventing you right now? Is OP here, by the way? Have not seen OP yet. We haven't seen OP yet, but I know the unknown of being alone is very uncomfortable, and that prevents a lot of people from jumping out and taking the leap, and they stay in the comfortable hell that they're in right now. But I tell you, whenever you make the decision to break free from the misery that you feel like you're locked in right now, the biggest thing that you're going to gain is choice. Because when it's just you can decide how your day goes. You decide how you're going to feel by having the choice to be able to define your actions for that day. You get so much choice that you regain control of your life. And right now you feel out of control and you feel like a victim of the situation. You don't have to stay here. There's absolutely no reason for you to stay in this relationship right now. Like what positive things is this relationship bringing to your life at all right now? And we're going to get some additional insight here because You guys hit the goal to bring Candy Thunder up. Let me give you some thanks real quick, and then we'll bring her up. We'll start our next goal here right quick. Let's get this dude started again. Jenny Sue, Cat Attitude, Prep Girl, Henrietta Nielsen, Mangal, Shorty, a.k.a. Svinja, Lady Stormfly, Southern Country, 3 Indecisive, Piotr, Snow White Queen, Kelsey C, J, Kim C1, Ruby Redhead, Jen here, Tony Spark, Carrie Riggin, Heidi J, Not That Ellen, It's Me, Pilar, Pam K, Candy CLKB, Oakley Girl, Candy Thunder, Tanya D, aka T, Joyful Stranger, Nolan's Girl, Diana 5520, OMG Cookies, Chelsea Stevens, Kappa T Daily, Justina, Carrie T, Angels Envy, Debbie Hughes, Crystal Gilmore, Chasing Butterflies, Twinkle Saz, Oro T Bird, Snowman Collector, and M Bracker, NB the G, and The Phil Effect. Thank you guys so much for helping us get there. Let's go ahead and get the next one set up, and we'll get Candy Thunder up here and get her thoughts on this. We have the ability to unlock a cake reward story with this one, and it is 400 donuts. 400 donuts. There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and bring her up. Candy Thunder. Oh my God, it's Candy Thunder.
Hi.
Wearing her cozy sweater today. Go ahead and step up to the middle of the mat there.
Okay.
That's okay.
Okay.
This is your first time jumping on camera, so, you know.
Yes, it is. It feels like my first time. I feel nervous today. What? Okay. So this story, when you, this was the first time I've actually heard this story. I haven't read it before, so, which is a first for me. But she said, ultimately made me feel so much guilt, and I had decided to forget my feelings. I'll cope. You can't just forget your feelings. You have to work through your feelings. So I feel like taking that into your next relationship, knowing that if you feel something, you got to work through it either by yourself or with someone else. But you can't just push stuff down and hope it never comes to the surface, because it's always going to boil over. But yeah, this relationship is dead in the water. Get the fuck out. It's done.
What? So the levels that you talk about are, what are they again?
Frustration, which leads to resentment, which leads to indifference. And I mean, this guy seems indifferent about this girl. Like if he's not intimate with you, if he doesn't cuddle you, if he doesn't show you that he loves you, I feel like most guys, women are very complex in our emotions and our feelings. And guys can be too, but I feel like if they love you, they're going to show you that they love you. And if he's not doing those things, then you need to figure out why, or you need to end the relationship. That's just my 2 cents.
Yeah. It's if someone wants to be with you, they'll be with you. And if someone doesn't want to be with you, they'll not be with you, and they'll prove it either way.
Right.
He's proven it. He's at every turn choosing to not be with you.
Right.
And choosing to make you feel bad about having feelings in the first place. So I don't know if it's just like convenience, but you're not intimate now. So I don't know what he's gaining from this either, unless he's just a coward and wants to be out of the relationship, but wants you to make the decision. And that could be
yes, for sure,
completely possible, because there are a lot of people who do shit like that.
Yeah. If he's a mama's boy and he's lazy in any way, he's probably looking for you to end the relationship because
I just don't understand it. Like what does that accomplish?
Yeah, I don't know. Him not having to do it, him not having to change is hard. So making that change is going to it takes effort to end a relationship. It's not easy to make something go away. Like it's hard. So no matter what.
If let's assume that he's cowardly, just trying to force you into making the decision yourself. Is that so that he can be the victim of this situation here and be the one who was broken up with? Or, I mean, because the picture that he's painted to his family, and OP even says here, I don't know what his mom has said to the rest of the family to make them not like me. Well, what is your boyfriend here said to mom to make her not like you? Because the story that he's painting to her right now is where all of this is going. Right? I mean, that's whatever he's telling her is what got her her mind made up about not liking you in the first place. So it's the way that he's presented you to everybody to this point.
Yeah, the way he talks about her to other people is not in a loving way. So
Right.
she says, and this is a follower, but says, I feel so unloved, unheard, and unwedded, also that too, but unwanted. And I cry every single day. There are worse things than being alone. And I think you covered that, and this is one of those things. To be in a loveless relationship is much worse than being by yourself. Learn to love yourself, learn to work on your feelings and not just shove them down and leave this guy.
Right.
If that's what he wants, leave him and walk away. Give yourself a Christmas present and get the F out.
There you go.
That's it.
Hey, I like it.
Okay.
I like it. Nice job, Candy.
Oh, yes. And thank you guys so much for the Tam Tams. That's what I'm going to call them from now on. But thank you guys so much. I got my eating pants on today, so I'm going to be eating those. They're stretchy.
If you haven't been on Insta lately, go check it out. And if you haven't followed us on Insta, please go follow us on Insta. You can find links on Linktree, but Candy Thunder posted a picture of just the Tam Tams that we've received at the office in the past couple of days, and it's an impressive,
and not just from amount. Followers too, like other people. Actually, Ava's dad helped us get Tim Tams from Kansas City, and then I came back and I had them for the office, and Tony had bought Tim Tams when he was in Kansas City for a concert, and so we are
Tim Tams for days.
I'm so excited about this.
For days. It's amazing.
Yeah, I don't think you can have too many. So thank you guys for introducing those to our life. It means the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, Tater. I'm getting the cue card here to set a new gift goal, so I'll go ahead and do that real quick because you guys are awesome, and hit that next one while we were talking about this one so we can do the cake reward story here. Haunted Gal leading the board again. Henrietta Nilsine, Jenny Sue, Prep Girl, Kelsey C, Diana 5520, Susan R. Smart, Georgia Jewels, Chelsea Stevens, Lady Stormfly, Lisa Martin, OMG Cookies, Ruby Redhead, Pam K, Candy CLKB Southern Country, Alb's Little World, Heidi J, Lacey Lex, Justina, House of Violations, Salty Girly. This is a new one. Nadja, Detmiglu. Yeah, I'm butchering that one. I'm sorry. Nadja. I'll just say Nadja. Tanya, aka Tanya D, aka T. Angie Holding, Carrie T. Shananava, and Kayla J.M. Thank you guys so much. I'm sorry I'm butchering names here. It's especially difficult today. My brain is moosh. Whoop. Look at that. I turned off the QOD, Tony Spock. I did it. I turned off the QOD. The font size that he's using on this document is 27. So I finally got it. What was that? It started at 14. We've gradually worked our way up here. Okay, let me get the next one set up. The next one's going to unlock Tony Spark and confetti. Boop, boop. I am heavily medicated right now, just so as you know. So sorry for any rambling that's about to happen. If you got to use your mic if you want me to be able to hear you. Okay, we have 1.5K I'm Blue to unlock Tony Spark here. We're going to unlock him here. Let me also get some ketchups here. Courtney Lynn sending another gifted sub here to Ron. Welcome to the Gosh Heckin' fam. Tiffany with the team bracelet. Thanks so much. Sweet Shelly with the resub. Glad to still have you in the Gosh Heckin' fam. Andrea, Deidre, thank you so much for the love there. Greatly appreciated. The Indecisive Bride and Deidre subscribing here. Welcome to the Gosh Heckin' fam. Marissa, Margie, Krista Museum Girl, H. Lynn, Kimberly P, Alex Posh, C. Larson, Awesome, Tracy Walker, Elena, Kit Kat, Autumn, Henrietta Nilsine, Marissa, Denise, Paranormal Gal, Beck, Henrietta Nilsine as well, Nikki, Nadja, Lady Stormfly, Candy CLKB, Beck again, Lady of Oz with us for month 4. Heck yes. Thank you guys so much. Greatly appreciate the love there. And I believe we are jumping to the cake reward story. Correct? Tony Spock? Awesome. I'm not lost yet. I've made it through one story without getting lost. I'm doing real good. Good job, John. Who the hell's John? Oh, God. Well, while reading through the names whenever I got stuck, Candy Thunder said that I was John Travolta trying to pronounce Idina Menzel, which was like, Je me fly flou. Like Joey trying to speak French. Je m'appelle Claude. Je me fly flou. Okay, sorry. Beck, is there a YouTube member live tonight? That is tomorrow night. Thursday night, if you are a member on YouTube. Crap. I forgot to record on OBS for that first story. I'm recording now.
That gift is unavailable.
The I'm Blue gift is unavailable? I'm seeing it come through. Okay. We're at 5:40. We'll let it ride for a few more minutes and see if we can get there with people who can. If not, then we'll pivot. Yes, if you are a member on YouTube, if you're a member of the Thunder Crew over there, we will have a live tomorrow night for YouTube, and apparently we have some really, really good stories for that. Do you want me to go ahead and pivot off of Blue Dude and choose something different? Yes, no, maybe so. Yes. We just passed 6:30, so 6:33, 6:45. All right, I'll let it roll for a minute here. Shirley Kerr, subscribe for month 1. Heck yeah, welcome to the Gosh Heckin' fam. Glad to have you here. Ellen sent a gifted sub over to William Lucky. Welcome to the Gosh Heckin' fam to you as well. And Susan sent a gifted sub over to Isha. Welcome to the Gosh Heckin' fam. Okay, let's go ahead and get this started here. The cake reward story title is, Am I the Astronaut for Getting Upset About a Cake for a Holiday Party? I brought a cookie cake for a holiday party. I was low on money, so my fiance bought the cake for me and said, if there's any left over, bring it home and we can enjoy it together. After playing games and having a good time at the party, my boss told us about a photo booth happening in the hallway. I saw my cake, since it had not been touched at all yet, on the table, thinking about grabbing a piece, but went ahead to the photo booth. I was gone maybe 2 minutes and walked back into the room to grab some pieces for me and my coworkers, but the cake was completely gone. I was informed that a coworker had taken the cake, since no one had touched it, for a birthday party she needed to go to tomorrow. Wait, what? Here's this cake that someone else brought and it hasn't been touched yet, so I'll take it because I have a birthday party to go to tomorrow. Party foul. Party foul. I understand it was a cake for a party and it was going to get eaten, but I was looking forward to sharing it with my friends and having some leftovers, not for my coworkers to take it all herself. She didn't even bring the cake, so it wasn't hers to take. Am I the astronaut because I don't want to let this go? What would you do in this situation? NTA? Nay. That is 100% not cool. And I think your reasoning here is, are you getting ready to click around on the document that I'm reading on again? I see your cursor there with your name popping up, Candy Thunder. You're about to get grounded from the document during lives here. OP is definitely a TA. I think what you said is what should be said. It's, if you didn't bring it, you have no claim to be able to take it unless you clear it with the person who brought it. Typically, a person who brings things to an event. Hands up. Hands away from the keyboard. Typically, the person who brings the dish to the event is the one who gets to take all the leftovers home, correct? Unless they offer it to someone else. Your coworker here had no claim to the cake, and the party wasn't even over yet. She just took the whole freaking cake and was like, oh, nobody's touched it yet. Party's halfway through. I guess I'm going to just go ahead and stash it for this event I have to go to tomorrow because I'm shysty like that. No, that's a garbage thing. Yeah, the party wasn't even over. They went to the photo booth. After playing games and having a good time at the party, my boss told us about a photo booth happening in the hallway. So they went to the photo booth. It was still going on. It wasn't officially over yet. It doesn't sound like. No, that's garbage. Where would you put the coworker here? Or it's left at the place, Kristen. Yes. Kelly McMillan with us for month 5 in the Gosh Heckin' fam. Heck yeah. Where would you put the coworker here who took the cake that she had no claim to? Sergeant Mag is like, I ain't playing. Up to ask on 1. Yeah, we're at 960 of 1500 right now on the I'm Blues. We understand it's not available for everybody there. We'll give it till the end of the story, and if we get there, great. If we don't, we'll go ahead and end it and give everybody that's gifted that thanks, and we'll go ahead and pivot over here. We got ones, we got twos. The only exception, in my opinion, is if it's a birthday cake, then it's assumed the cake is a gift to birthday person. This was a holiday thing, though, right? Holiday party was not a birthday thing. Holiday party. Yeah, I think the fact that there was no communication to the person who brought the cake here at all, aka OP, and this person just took it. And how did she find out? I was informed that a coworker had taken the cake since no one had touched it for a birthday party she needed it to go to tomorrow. Oh, that's bullshit. Sorry. Ascon 1. You're a terrible person. Because you're like, oh, you know what? I have to go to a birthday party tomorrow. I had to get a cake anyway. Here's one sitting right here, unspoiled. I'll just go ahead and get it, I guess. Make my life easier. You don't get to make that call. Nope. You can ask. And I'm sure she knew who brought it. I'm sure. And if she didn't, it'd be pretty easy to find out. It sounds like it's garbage. She stole a cake. Not okay. Not okay at all. I don't play. I don't play, but it wouldn't matter if this was any other kind of dish, maybe. But it's somebody doing something that they know is shitty. And I guarantee she knew who brought it, and there was a reason she didn't speak up about it, because she knew it was a shitty thing to do. It's not okay. Now, if she had asked the boss and the boss gave permission for it, then it's on the boss, right? But yeah, she needs to reimburse for it. Send an invoice, Beth. There you go. The real audacity is to reuse it. Yeah. Agreed. So, you know where the cake is, OP. And I mean, I know that this is all past and gone now, but wanting to inject some pettiness into this, I'd like find some piped icing somewhere. I'd run to the store and get one of those cans of the icing, the sprayable icing, and I'd go right on that cake. I wouldn't take it back yet. I'd just go right on it and be like, this cake was stolen. I would write that in icing on the cake. So that way, when she took it to the birthday party tomorrow, they open it up and they're like, oh, did you steal this cake? Like, yeah, sure did. Lisa Sparks resubbing to stick with the Gush Ekin fam. Glad to have you here. 1222 of 1500. I'm going to go ahead and call it right there. So let's go ahead and give some thanks for the I'm Blues. We'll get Tony Spark up here, and then we'll pivot to another goal here. Does that sound okay? Everybody game for that? Yes. I think that's the call here. Haunted Gal, Henrietta Nelson, Susan R. Smart, Diana 5520, Jane Owen, Roxanne Morin, T. Hef, I am Jill 21, Taylor Dactyl. This is a new one too. Demi Ian Nilsson, Anita Dickens. Oh shit, I read it. Alina Cameron, Piotr, Justina, Nadja, Kez, Candy, CLKB, Skittles, Mad, Tanya D, aka T, Denise Burkard, Twinkle Saz, Jenny Sue, Kelsey C, and Charles the Sassy Mom. Thank you guys so much for helping us get there. I am gonna go ahead and edit this one and put the next one up, which is how much is that one? Okay. This is one I don't believe we've done before. And it is going to unlock a petty revenge story and candy feedback. We are pivoting to Golden Trumpets now. Let me get some other thanks knocked out here real quick. Lisa Hollins, Kat Renner, Leadham, Steph Riddle, Wolfie Shadow, Lacey Lex, Goober, Twinkle Saz, Henrietta, Tracy, Ms. Kim, Roxanne, Heidi J, Jill, Susan R.S., user 551473, lots of other numbers, Jofa's Mommy, Susan, Anita. Yep, I read it again. Haunted Gal, Tinker Truck, Roxanne Morin. Thank you guys so much for the love there. Greatly appreciate it. Hopefully the trumpets are available to everybody now. Tony Spark, do we want to bring you up now? Tony Spark?
Cut the goal off. We'll cut it.
Wait. What, did you feel like you've been slighted now because we sold you at a discount price? We sold you at a discount price. Tony was on clearance. Tony was on clearance tonight.
What the hell is this? Was this a clearance sale?
That's right. We had a blue light special on Tony Spark
it's
there.
Like what just happens like at the end of the garage sale? Like, yeah, just take it.
Yeah.
What just happened?
You picked the goals out for this, man.
And we were doing fine. We were only 300 away.
Oh, wait, this one isn't available.
This one isn't available either?
Who the hell picked this?
Dude, Tony Spark.
I can't send it.
All right.
Do we want to change this to a different one?
I'll take you at full price.
What the hell is going on here? Okay, here, let's do this.
We do the fire, dude. Like,
Yeah. Okay, here, I'm going to go ahead. Okay, we're pivoting off of trumpets now because all hell's breaking loose. Haunted Gal, Anita, A.K. Marie, Tinker Truck, T-Hef, Jano, and Susan R. Smart, Nadja, Piotr, Justina, Kate, Kinder. Thank you guys so much. We're going to edit this one too. Also, Susan R., Nadja, Jolfa's mommy, thank you for that. Greatly appreciate it. We're going to reset this. We're going to do that. And we're going to do... Okay, this is still for the Petty Revenge and Petty Revenge story and candy feedback, but we're flipped over to fire. Fire is super common. It should be okay, right? Should be. Okay. All right. So let's do this here. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to play your intro. Okay. I'm going to play your intro. You ready? Ladies and gentlemen. Tony Spark!
Tony Spark coming at you from the 99-cent store, apparently, over here. The Tony Spark appearance became, the half-warped Tupperware lids at the end of the garage sale where somebody's like, just take it. Like, oh, what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? What are you doing?
Buy one, get one.
The $1.25 tree, yeah. Mr. Dollar. I'd rather be on sale than a Wish knockoff. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, see, I even matched the gift that apparently wasn't available. I blame TikTok. How's everybody today? Everybody good? Having a great day? Yeah. Sergeant Mac. Heckling from the chat. Which is higher in price, Tony or Ted? I don't know. Oh, no. Your DoorDash order got stolen. That's upsetting. That's why you don't leave it on the floor or on the ground outside, right, Candy? Somebody's DoorDash order got stolen. So that's why you don't leave it on the ground. Mr. Thunder quit the channel, proud mama. He just walked away. He said, I'm done. Forever. Just kidding. Ted's not a cheap date. Do we have DoorDash? Yeah, we have DoorDash. We use DoorDash all the time. Listen, yeah, we may live in the Midwest, but we're not like in the middle of the woods and DoorDash doesn't get delivered on like a donkey, okay? Like, we've got DoorDash. Miles has Dash Pass and he likes to wave it in our faces that his, like, he'll order something on DoorDash and I swear it'll be here before he even finishes ordering it. And then the rest of us try to order DoorDash and it adds like $40 and it takes forever. Your DoorDash driver stole your order? Anyway, it is Missouri? Yeah, we're in Missouri. Did you change shirts?
Yeah.
Just do a wardrobe change? What is this, the Oscars?
I did a wardrobe change on a Wednesday. I know.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Fancy. Springfield, backwoods.
Look, man, I'm all hopped up on medicine.
Yeah. I might get sick from being in this little Dusty Thunder bubble.
Cesspool of
Seriously, don't feel great about this. Somebody asked me if I'm renting the T Swift movie, Candy. Yeah. Well, yes, I actually rented the movie at 11:05 last night and started watching it, and I fell asleep after the Fearless era, and then I watched the rest of it this morning, and then we may or may not have been watching it here at the office too today. So, yeah, I have like 30 something hours left of my rental, and I plan on having it on repeat the entire time.
Is it 40 hours?
48 hours. You 48 hours of it. I had 38 this morning left. So, and I would almost bet that it's probably not the only time I rent it either. So,
it's going to come out for purchase.
I know. But then this weekend, I'm going to want to watch it again. And I'm going to be laying there. Ted's going to be hungover and he's going to want to watch it. He's going to be like, oh, let me put on some Eras Tour and I'm going to watch it and listen to it. That's what's going to happen. If you haven't watched it, you should check it out. And it is Taylor's birthday today. So I know how much y'all love her.
We got some family things we need to give.
Oh, lots of Roxanne Condon. Yeah, I'm going to give it back to Dusty now. He made it back. We talked him into coming back.
Tony Spark, ladies and gentlemen, Tony Spark. Yeah, I did a wardrobe change. Angel sent me this killer Christmas tree shirt, and I got to rock it today. I have to rock it. It's the freaking Christmas tree cakes. I mean, come on. Nadja, thank you so much for the love there. Greatly appreciate it. Roxanne, welcome to the Gosh Heckin' Fam. Christina, resub. Glad to still have you in the Gosh Heckin' Fam. Also, Pink Rain. Lisa Hollins, Blue-Eyed Lady. Sam, Lisa, Penny, thank you guys so much for the love there. Greatly appreciate it. And we have a story to read, right? We're at 1,800 to 3K to unlock the Petty Revenge story. Candy Thunder has run to get Ava Thunder from school. So even if we unlock that, we're going to wait to read it till she gets back so that she can hear it and give feedback here. So it's also Jamie Foxx's birthday. Oh. Hey, Mary T with the blooming ribbons. Thank you so much for that. Very cool. Loopy Loop, Ms. Fiery Repic there as well. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Greatly appreciate the love there. Almost hitting 2K of the 3K fire goal here. We're at 643 of 650 on our Members of the Storm, which is wild. So that's awesome. We'll go ahead and get to our next story here. This one is actually posted on the Dusty Thunder subreddit and is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Kissing Someone and Not Feeling Guilty for It? I know the title seems bad, but let me explain. I'm 23 and my fiance is 25, and we've been together for 5 and a bit years, and he asked me to marry him August of 2022. I found out that he had created a Snapchat over a year ago to talk to multiple girls and to cheat on me over text messages, and he sent and received pictures. Oof. One girl came up to me in the pub and told me everything in front of his mom, but I'd been through this 4 or 5 times with him already, and I felt numb and trapped in my relationship. If I got kicked out of the flat, I would have nowhere to go or probably have to stay on my mother's sofa, so I felt like the easier option was to stay with him. So we worked on the relationship, but every time that only lasts 2 months tops, and after 3 months, I ended up putting the ring back on, but I don't think I've ever fully got over it. What are you doing, OP? You literally just said that the only reason you're staying is so you don't have to sleep on your mom's couch. And now you're putting the ring back on. So last night when I went to a work Christmas event and the guy and I were quite drunk, we got close and he kissed me and I didn't stop it. He made me feel a way that I haven't felt in a long time and I didn't feel guilty about it, and that's why I'm confused. I don't know how to tell my partner. I and the other guy both confirmed over text message that it was a one-time thing, even though he said he wanted to do more. I believe it was all because he was drunk, and it was just a kiss. I've been thinking about it all day, and I'm still not feeling guilty. I just feel a bit like shit because I haven't told my fiance. And even though he's done me wrong multiple times, I've gone that step further and kissed somebody, and I feel like that would be the end of us, and I'm not sure if I could cope with that because I would have nowhere to go. That's the line. That's the line. I feel like that's not a good enough reason to stay with somebody, and understand that I just need advice on how I should go forward. I know I'm in the wrong, but am I the astronaut for not feeling guilty? The way I feel is just weird. That's the best that I can explain it. I would really appreciate some advice on this. Edit, when I found out that he cheated on me, his mom and my mom stuck up for him, so that didn't help, and I felt pressured to stay with him. Seriously, okay, they get red flags for that. 2 days after he went to work was the only time I acted crazy. I figured out his password to his Snapchat and saw that while he was at work, he carried on talking to another girl, and I sat there and watched the whole time. He works nights. We have an update. We have an update, but let's talk about this for a second, because this is, okay, the question here initially was, am I the astronaut for kissing someone and not feeling guilty for it? I don't know if this applies to the whole you can't be an asshole for feeling something. Can you be an asshole for not feeling something too? But it's the action here. It's, am I the astronaut for kissing someone even though you're engaged, OP? When Candy Thunder talks about those stages, and I've already forgotten what they are. What is it? Anger, resentment, indifference, something like that. You're indifferent now. He's been indifferent because he gives zero shits. And apparently, he's going to talk to as many girls as he wants to talk to. And you're not going to leave because you have nowhere else to go. And he knows that. So it's not going to stop him from doing anything. Also, if you think for a single red-blooded effing second that all he's done is talk to girls and you went a step further and kissed someone, if you think that he hasn't had any kind of physical interactions with any of these girls that he's been talking to, girl, come on. I know you're smarter than that. You just don't want to admit it to yourself because, and it always comes back to this, because you have no place to go. The only reason that you're sticking this out when you know it's wrong, when you know it's garbage, when you know you deserve better than that, is because you wouldn't have a place to stay. Tell me this. Being tortured every day and having a place to stay, is that better than sleeping on your mom's couch and not being tortured every day? Maybe there are reasons that you don't want to stay with your mom. The fact that your mom stood up for this brozo is not a good sign, which to me says that she doesn't want to deal with you. She doesn't want to have to deal with the burden of housing you here. So I don't, you know that this is wrong. You know that you don't want to stay in this relationship. This kiss sealed the deal for you. You're at indifference. The only reason you're staying and playing along now is so you have a place to stay. And that is not a good enough reason. You're right. It's not a good enough reason. It's not a reason at all. Find a roommate. Find something that doesn't put you in these kind of positions. I know this is easier said than done, but OP is in chat. Heck yeah. Nikki says, yeah, I know at this point you're just roommates, but damn, leave. Yeah. So get a different roommate that doesn't have to pretend like they're in a relationship with you and treat you like shit. Yeah, it is just going to get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. Who is OP? Tanya. This, hey, there you go. OMG, it's my story. Heck yeah. That's great. I'm glad that we're covering your story. I'm super sorry that you were in this shite position. Okay, we'll go ahead and get to the update, but I think it's over. It's just a matter of like how you got to figure out where you're going to go. That's it. That's the only thing to figure out here. There's nothing to pick up the pieces of this relationship with at all. Update. Here we go. So I told him that someone kissed me on the night out. He wasn't happy about it, and he was asking me questions about how it happened and who kissed me. I told him everything. This was 2 days ago, and he's acting like nothing happened. When I found out about his cheating, I didn't want to look or touch him for a couple of weeks. I was a mess. After about 30 minutes of silence after I told him, he tried to make me laugh and grab my chest and was talking about having sex because I've been a naughty girl. I know, weird. So he got turned on by you messing around on him? Wow. People are into weird shit, I guess. So now I'm confused. Does he not care at all? I told him that we'll get Christmas out of the way and I'll sleep on the sofa and he will have the bed. It gives us both time to figure out what we're going to do living wise. I know I'll be the one to move out. We just need to figure out where. Why would you be the one to move out? Is the flat in his name, I'm assuming? I said to him that I didn't want to be in a relationship anymore, and his reply was, well, you're the one who's cheated, yet you're blaming me and bringing up the past? Again, if you think that all this Brozo has done is talk to girls on Snapchat, I got some swampland in Florida I'd like to sell you. This is ridiculous. I think that was the most I got out of him. Thank you to everyone who gave me advice. I appreciate them all. I might give another update after Christmas if things change, but I'm pretty confident it's over for good. We were confident that it was over for good at the very beginning of this story. So hopefully you're caught up to that point now. Legitimately, Tanya, the only reason that you are still there at all is because you need a place to stay. So first of all, why are you so confident that would be him to move out and not you? Did you move into his place? And if so, that makes sense. I get it. But find a roommate. Find another situation that doesn't require you putting yourself in this kind of abusive relationship. And yes, I say abusive because this is what this is. He was only turned on when you finally got to the point where you messed around on him too. And I say too because the evidence that you found of him talking to other girls is just the tip of the iceberg. It's just, I was going to say just the tip. I probably shouldn't say just the tip, but now I've said it twice. The tip of the iceberg. There's more going on than that for sure. Tanya says, let's just say I'm on Tinder and still talking to the guy who kissed me. It's going so well. Okay. So, you moved out, right? Riddle us that. Did you find another place to live that isn't with your mom? No. Oh, wait, so you're still living with Brozo here? Which, by the way, we'll go ahead and give him this award. Taking over the flat. Okay, good. Okay, so at least, so is he still there now? And if so, when is he moving out? Hey, Bree, good to see you here. He's still there now? Rhea, you can submit your story at dusty-thunder.com or on the Dusty Thunder subreddit. Just don't move in with a new guy, Jova's mommy says. Yeah, for sure. Agreed. Find a neutral roommate. He's moving out after Christmas. Okay. Well, you've got what? You know, less than 2 weeks to survive here. Awkward, uncomfortable. Nick Miller, panic moonwalk out of this situation. I think his actions, kind of like some of the other, or one of the other stories that we read earlier, indicate that he's done. And he was just too much of a coward to leave the relationship and wanted to force you to do it. And now he said that you're the cheater because you actually kissed someone. Whenever what he's done prior to this was way more emotional cheating. I would encourage you, because you have been in this abusive relationship to this point, I would encourage you to really protect your mental health here and commit to spending some time alone, to working on yourself, to making sure that you can be happy yourself without needing someone else there before jumping into anything with anybody else. Now, like flirting and stuff, it's fine, but don't move in with anybody. Don't get serious with anybody. Spend some time with just you and make sure that you're capable of it being just you. And I say that because right now you had yourself in a position where you had to stay with someone else because you had no other choice, right? That's a position you don't want to be in again, obviously. But even if it wasn't a financial thing where you had nowhere else to go, a lot of people get themselves into a position where they need to have someone else there because they're scared of being alone. Remove that fear just by doing it. Do it and just prove to yourself that you can do it before you put yourself in another position where you become dependent on someone else. When you become dependent on someone else, you give them power. You gave it to him. He abused it. You can take the pressure off everything if you do that experiment, even if it is just an experiment to spend some time alone and just prove to yourself that you can do it and that you can be happy doing that. It takes so much pressure off of meeting someone else. It takes pressure off of them because you don't need them to be there. It's helpful in so many ways, especially if you've been in an abusive situation before. Oh, you're sleeping on the couch? Oh, hell no. Tells you everything you need to know right there. And Tiso, to echo Tiso's words here, you got this, girl. You're stronger than you think you are. You are much stronger than you think you are. And someone who is in a position where they're afraid of being alone for X amount of time. I know it's scary, but it is so rewarding to be able to do that and figure out how to do it and have that power. And then if you get into another relationship where you're in this situation where it's less than, where you feel like you deserve better, where you feel like you need to find an exit, it's much easier because you know what to do. You know you can do it. It's not scary anymore. Giving yourself that option of being alone will prevent you from making a lot of less than ideal choices later on. Beans in the pillow. There you go. You just want to have fun with no commitment, and that's totally fine. As long as you can do that without having to live with someone or be in a serious relationship with someone at all, that's totally fine. Yeah, have fun while you want to have fun. Just make sure that you can and are happy being alone. Yeah, control. Control is a good word there, Lunar. It is people who you give control. If they abuse it, they're showing you their true colors, and you know everything you need to know. Doodles Dragon, think this is a snapping turtles in the shower situation. There you go. Replace the loofah with a snapping turtle. That way you make sure it gets in all the right spots, right? Oof. Not a fan of that situation at all. 2,300 to 3K on our fire goal right now. Cat Lions, Adrian Grimm, Lola Blue, Jocelyn, Miss Helene, Cat, Adrian, Kimberly P, S Weaver, Fly on the Wall, Nikki, Gina, Carrie Lee again, S Weaver again, Natalie Ford, Hunter Girl, Feeling Like a Pisces, Ishtara, Adrian, Tracy Walker, A Flower, Oro, T Bird, Mac, Kaitija. Sorry, I know I'm butchering that one. Her, R-H-E-R-R. Her. I guess that's how I say it. Hunter Girl, Sammy, Team Abs, ABZ, Graham, Tony Spark, Blessed Mom, Graham with us for month 2 in the Gosh Heckin' Fam. Heck yes, that's awesome. Yeah, Tanya, I think I'm happy to hear that you found at least an exit path here. And again, I hope these words haunt you for a little while, about challenging yourself to spend X amount of time without needing anybody else. Even in a fun kind of setting, no commitment kind of setting, challenge yourself to not need that either. And just be happy with you and see if you can do it first. It's worth a shot. It is worth a shot here. 2460 of 3K right now. And again, Candy Thunder, whenever she gets back, we'll be able to read that. Is it Petty Revenge story? Is that right? Okay. We'll do Petty Revenge then. In the meantime, I can go ahead and bounce to the next story here. We gave an NTA on that, right? Or did we? I don't think we gave a classification to you, Tanya. To your question here, am I the astronaut for kissing someone and not feeling guilty for it? Yeah, I don't think we did. And I don't know that we should, honestly, given the situation that you're in and that you found an exit path here. I think the smartest thing for you to do is what we talked about. I don't think it is to really focus on that misstep. I think it was you telling yourself that you truly are done and that you've gotten to this indifference stage that he's been at for a while. Jocelyn, still not getting your notifications. Are you talking about from the app or the text message ones? If you haven't signed up for the SMS notifications yet, we do international SMS notifications at dusty-thunder.com. There's a menu item to subscribe to them. And I did get mine today. So I know the other night it did not work before, but I think it's working now. Yeah, I got my text today as well. Kimberly Pay. Mods, it looks like we have one that we need to squash there. Okay, let's go ahead and dive to the next story here. We're at 2640 of 3K. We're probably going to hit that here momentarily. We're also at 644 of 650 on Members of the Storm, which is awesome. Don't forget, before we get dove in on this one, to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Tons of videos there that you will not see on TikTok. We post at least 2 times a day there, sometimes more, if it is a Monday or Wednesday. That's when we post compilations. And on Sundays, if we have a podcast to post, that's when they post as well. So, yeah, like 2 to 3 times per day we're posting over there. Check it out. Also, if you get into a very niche kind of story drama, like you're really into the mother-in-law stories, or you're really into like wedding stories or whatever it is, we actually have playlists for all of those different types of topics that we've broken out all of our stories into, and we continue to build on them as we go. So it's very cool. All right, here's our next story. It is titled, "Am I the Astronaut for Insulting the Food My Wife Made Despite Not Knowing That She Made It?" Oh, no. No. This is a nightmare. I will try to keep it short. My wife and I are 46 and 47. We've been married for 19 years now, and not once in our marriage has she ever cooked. I honestly never minded. She told me that she's terrible in the kitchen, and I like to do it anyway. Yesterday, I had a long day at work and told my wife this. Yesterday, I had a long day at work and told my wife this. She told me she would order food in so I didn't have to cook. I come home and she sets the table. The food is neatly placed on 2 plates, which should have been my first clue that it was home cooked, and I began to dig in. The food was bland, borderline gross, and nothing to what I had tasted before. My head was already pounding. I was not in the mood for some shitty food. I just looked up from the food and told her, "This fucking sucks. Please don't order from this place again." No! No, 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 oh no, oh no, no, oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 no. Yeah. Danger, danger, danger. What, okay, yeah. I feel bad. I feel bad for OP right now. She got really quiet and then sad. I asked if everything was okay, and she said yes. She still seemed off the whole dinner. After dinner, I wouldn't stop bothering her, wouldn't stop asking her what was wrong, until she finally snapped and told me that she cooked the food, it wasn't ordered. She said she was sorry and she wouldn't cook for me again, and I could see her tearing up. She went right to bed. I had to leave early the next day, so she was asleep. I asked a buddy of mine for advice, and he said I shouldn't have talked about anybody's food that way. Am I the astronaut, or was it an honest mistake? Edit for clarification, I did not mean this in a derogatory way at all. My wife and I have lived in the same area our entire marriage and very often come across a terrible takeout place. It's a thing we do, saying, "God, this sucks." Usually the response is a laugh, because we have a tally of the horrible places and we find it funny. My fault for not specifying that. Edit, unrelated to the topic, but those of you shitting on my wife for not cooking are out of effing line. So what if she doesn't want to cook a meal? She doesn't like it, I do. So I do it. She's not stupid. She can learn if she wants to, but she does not have the enthusiasm. If she needs to, she will learn. She can do whatever the F she wants, because she helps doing other things that I wouldn't like to do. Comment about whatever you want, but going after my wife for not cooking is effing pathetic. Agreed. That's garbage. And if people went after that, they probably aren't here hanging out with us. So, you know. It is an honest mistake. However, I think this reminds me of another story where a dude tried to recreate a cake that was OP's favorite cake, and it took it upon himself to make this thing. And here's where I'm at on here. If you decide to cook or create anything, it's kind of like art, right? If you decide to create something, you are assuming the risk of whether it's good or not, whether it's liked or not. You assume that risk. If I went home tonight and cooked up food and everybody hated it, I assume the risk of it being a bad meal. Now, he would have responded differently had he known, or had he taken the hints that it was she who created the meal and not a takeout place. But his understanding up to that point was that they were ordering takeout. So So that was his assumption. Looking back on it, he's like, yes, I should have picked up on this and this and this. It was an honest mistake. I understand it hurt her feelings, but also, and I also understand that it hurt her feelings because this is not something she does often. If it was something she did often, it's the game of numbers, right? You cook enough shitty meals, you're going to learn how to get better at it, but you're also going to develop a tough skin to things not being great and it not being liked by everyone. It just happens. It was an honest mistake here. I think, OP, you've got to find a way to make it up to her because it was an honest mistake. It's still a mistake. It's still something that you inflicted some harm on her for. And although I feel like she assumed the risk involved whenever she decided to cook for you, she was trying to do something. She was trying to do something out of the kindness of her heart for you. And she did it for you. So you do have a little bit of makeup to do here. And I hope that you do something to try to make it up to her. So I don't feel like it came from a bad place, but I guess if we're talking about things should have gone differently, then it probably does put you on the scale here. So where would we put OP here? It could have been done differently. And I think OP agrees that he should have done it differently. OP probably agrees that he definitely shouldn't have said what he said. He probably put himself on ASCON 2 here, but yeah, I'm going to stick with the bare minimum here and just say 4 because although he probably should have done it differently, he's reflecting back on this now and he could have done it differently. The understanding was that it was takeout, so she didn't tell him. She didn't give him a heads up that she made this. He looks back at it now and sees the plates and thinks, I probably should have known, but it was an honest mistake. I do think you have a little bit of making up for it to do, though. And maybe... I was going to say maybe you cook her a meal, but that sounds like stuff you already do anyway. Maybe you take her out for a real nice dinner, huh? Do something to try to make it up to her and make sure that she understands that it was an honest mistake and that you didn't know. So that's where it's at. Needs to have some groveling. Yeah, a little bit of groveling never hurt anybody, It's fine. Do a little bit of groveling. 2791 of 3K on the fire goal. Candy Thunder has returned. So as soon as we hit that, we will bring up our petty revenge story, which is a Christmas petty revenge story, apparently. Oh, it's a lighthearted, fun story. Gotcha. D says, I don't cook, not good at it. I ended up married to a chef. Everyone has their person. I don't cook because I'm not good at it either. And yeah. Candy Thunder is the chef in our family. I can make some very, very, very limited things. But yeah, it's teamwork, right? I will help man the kitchen. I will help clean up things afterwards. I will fetch things as they need to be fetched. I will go to the store and pick up all the ingredients. I will do all that. But when it comes to actually making the things, no, I'm not as good at it. Got to show a little tenderness. There you go, Sergeant Mac. Heck yeah. Draco, awesome. Did a submitted story of yours a little while ago and got a reaction? Heck yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I could burn water, absolutely. Miss Elaine, been cooking since you were 8? Toriah, if I don't have a recipe, we're not eating it. There you go. Yeah, my skills are pretty limited to like things with directions. Gamer Girl actually got this from Angel, who is one of our members of the Storm here. I have not seen her on the stream today, though. Let me give some thanks here real quick before we move over to the next one here. Wonder Woman, Wolfie Shadow, user 55, lots of other numbers there. Kai, Rebecca Peterson, Anita, Lacey Lex, Candy Thunder, user 55, lots of other numbers. Christina, Anita again, Big Blue, Jofa's mommy, Lacey Lex, Miss Helene, Anita KG, Christina, Sharon Day Newton, KJ with the perfume there. Christina, Caitlin, KJ again with the Live Fest clappers. Fleur Toxique. Shayna, Michelle N, Caitlin, Hensley, Queen of the Garden. Thank you guys so much for all the love there. Greatly appreciate it. Grim, Anita, Glow Corona, Heidi J, feeling like a Pisces. And you guys go out there. You done did it. Gry Goose and Lil Red, thank you so much for those as well. Amanda de Rubel. Let's give some thanks for this one. I'm going to do this other one now. There we go. We're going to go with our breakdancing Santa now. Haunted Gal leading the board again. Cat Attitude. Anita. Courtney Lynn. Henrietta Nilsson. Kimberly P. Snow White Queen. Wolfie Shadow Fox. Diana 5520. Prep Girl. Sue Ann. AK Mary. S. Weaver. Southern Country. H. Lynn Cross. Jofa's Mommy. Sharon D. Newton. Hunter Girl. Esther Aguilera. Mallory Rocks. Taylor Dactyl, Joyful Stranger, Rebecca R. Just Heather, Ruby Redhead, Susan R. Smart, Heidi J. Not That Ellen, Pam K. T. Hef, OMG Cookies, Christina, Lisa Barnett, Candy Thunder, Fleur Toxique, Capricorn Girl, Jane Owen, Tony Spark, Kai, Tinker Truck, Chelsea Stevens, Lady Stormfly, Fane, Mungal, and Brooke Lynn. Thank you guys so much for the love there. Greatly appreciate it. We're going to get our next one set up. Hopefully this is a gift that is available to everyone. I think it is. It's a pretty common one, I think. Methinks. And this will unlock confetti and our astronaut helmet. Oh, heck yeah. We have 95 paper cranes. That's where we're going. Hey, looks like Courtney. Oop. It'll almost let me click on it. Courtney sent a gifted sub to Denise. Denise, welcome to the Gosh Heckin' fam. You guys are awesome. Heck yeah. Okay. That one seems to be working fine, so we're rocking and rolling on that one. I'll go ahead and read the Christmas Petty Revenge story, Candy Thunder, that you're going to be giving feedback on. So, you all ears? She wanted to make sure that she heard it. Oh, you went ahead and read it? Pfft. How silly of me to assume that she had not heard this story. I am a Ballatron from Barnum and Bailey. Okay, here we go. This is the Christmas Petty Revenge story. Christmas Gift Revenge. This was about 23 years ago. My husband was lousy at giving gifts. He would get what he wanted for himself. That year, I came home to a large box wrapped up about 10 days before Christmas, and he said it was for me. He was so excited. Mind you, we have always been pretty broke, so we, or should I say I, always bought for our children and his greedy family. Mother-in-law demands. We always did without. That sucks. For some reason, I wasn't that excited about this gift. Intuition. Well, Christmas Eve comes and we open gifts. He gets all excited, telling me that I'm going to love this present. I open the box to find a shop vac. Okay, time out. It's like a golden rule of marriage that you never buy your wife a vacuum unless she has specifically asked for it. You don't do it. It's a golden rule. And that's my first point. My second point here is it's not even a vacuum. It's a shop vac. I'm stunned. Okay, game on. We had hardwood and linoleum, so I always swept and mopped and had no need for it. He told me that it is a wonderful thing because it cleans up the garage, his domain. That's where I'm going with this. It's not even a freaking real vacuum. It's something for the garage space, his domain. So he got himself a gift and put a sticker on it that said it was for you. It even picks up water. And he said it worked great because he already tried it before wrapping it up. Okay, he's at the hat trick here of douchebaggery. He got his wife a vacuum. It was actually a vacuum for himself, and he used it before he wrapped it up. Hat trick, douchebaggery. Brozo. I was pissed. He bought it for himself. I would have been happy with a $5 necklace that turned my neck green. That night, I wouldn't even go to bed with him. He comes into the living room where I was laying down and told me to come to bed. I told him I wouldn't because I couldn't look at him. When he tells me how I was extremely selfish because gifts were to be what we as a family could use, not what we would want. Okay, I'm going to red flag that too. That doesn't even make sense, brozo. Oh, you're selfish because the gift should be, what I can use. That's what he really meant, right? Hey, next year you might get an Xbox. Just hold out hope. I lay there all night and plotted my revenge. I had to wait for a year, but like they say, best served cold. I kept quiet and told no one of my plan for revenge. 50 weeks later, I found it. I wasn't even looking for it, but it was staring right at me as to say, so here I am, and it is time. It was in a huge box. I quickly purchased the gift, got some wrapping paper for it, and hid it. Didn't want any sneaky peeks. Christmas Eve, while he was at work, I put the present under the tree, took 2 rolls of cheap wrapping paper, and I put some ribbon and a bow on it. It also had a nice weight for it. We start opening gifts, and I wait a bit. Finally, his eyes light up, seeing this big box and finding out it was his. He was so excited, and I told him that this is specially bought for him. He opens the box to find a case of toilet paper. I then quoted him, Christmas was not what we should want, but what we as a family need or could use. We all wipe. He was furious. He complained to his brothers and everyone. My family and his brothers told him that he deserved the toilet paper. To this day, no husband in my family will ever buy a vacuum cleaner for their wives as gifts. Let me give you some top comments featuring some more pettiness here. My husband gave me an alarm clock for Christmas. I don't use an alarm clock, just the alarms on my phone, though I did have an older one on my nightstand. His alarm clock was broken. He said that since he bought me a new one, he wanted my old one. So he basically bought himself an alarm clock. Well, his birthday is a week after Christmas. I wrapped that new alarm clock as his birthday gift. Congratulations. And to give some feedback on the story, ladies and gentlemen, Candy Thunder once again. Oh my God, it's Candy Thunder! Stepped right up to the plate here, madam. So, thoughts?
Yeah. So when I was younger and
I'm going to step you forward just a little bit. Sorry.
Okay. And we got my mom, gosh, I can't remember what it was, but it was something for the kitchen. It was like a crock pot or a mixer or something.
Oh, no.
And she was like, after that Christmas, she's like, Candace, just so you know, you don't ever get a mom something like that she has to use for work in the kitchen or like a vacuum. She's like, if you ask for it, okay.
Yeah.
But you just don't buy them that. That is something that they have to do work with.
Right.
So that's it.
Yeah.
Like pots and pans, if you ask for it, that's different. But that was her bit of advice to me is like, don't give me something for the kitchen. Don't give me something that says I need to vacuum.
Right.
But don't ever buy your wife a shop vac if she's not the one who maintains the garage or wherever the shop vac is going to be used. I just think that's so shitty.
Yeah, it's a no-no.
Right.
It's a no-no that most people know.
And again, if they request that stuff, that's totally fine. It's up to them what they put on their list. But if they don't request it and you just buy someone a vacuum, you're like, here, clean your house.
Here's a question that I'm just now realizing might be a violation of our role reversals. If you get a dude tools without him asking for them, is that the same thing?
Maybe.
It's never been a rule. Yeah. I mean, it's never been frowned upon like we do with the vacuum or kitchen stuff, but it's the same concept,
I guess it kind
right?
of is the same concept.
It's like, here, you're going to fix shit.
Right.
But
unless you use those tools for something that you enjoy doing. Like for my dad, like getting him tools because he likes to work out in the garage would be.
And this is the difference here. I think who said it here? Sergeant Mac. No, tools are always acceptable. It depends on who you are. Oh, it was right there. Still Jane. Most guys see tools as toys. And that probably is the biggest difference, is that you're right. I mean, I we're thrilled with tools because it's, more weapons and stuff.
The only acceptable Dyson for Christmas is a Dyson blow dryer. And that's all I have to say about that. Unless they ask for one. If they want a vacuum, get them a vacuum. But don't go buy a shop vac. And definitely don't give them a used vacuum cleaner. Like, that's something you can't.
It's like the dog peed on the floor earlier, and I used it to suck it right up. It works great.
That's like someone giving someone a used bar of soap.
I haven't
like,
dumped
here,
it out
I tried
yet.
it out. It's good for you.
One of our kids vomited earlier, and I just sucked it right up. It ain't cleaned out. You're gonna have to hose it out here in a bit.
A wax warmer is a good gift. That's not something that's not a tool she has to use to clean the house.
Yes. It is interesting though, and I think it all comes down to like just you ought to know your spouse better than anybody.
Right.
So, I would be hesitant to get you something that was like a do your work woman kind of gift unless it was something that you had specifically mentioned or asked for, or I knew that you really, really wanted. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we've never had the it should be what we need approach, but we've been fortunate in that respect, and I understand that. But I like to spoil you. Like that's how I show. I know that I'm an asshole. So I choose to spoil my wife.
Wait, so you hold on. So you have an asshole fund that you basically just put you have a douchebag jar. You're like Schmidt.
I don't have a specific fund there. I just spoil you that much more because I know that I'm an asshole. That's what I'm saying. It's not premeditated. It's just like this is probably enough, and then I'm like, yeah, but you're an asshole, and I'm like, better get one more thing. You know what I mean?
Jar. That's what I'm gonna start saying.
Jar.
I'm like, I'll have the amount calculated at the end of the year.
It's gonna have to have a QR code on it because I don't carry any cash. It's gonna be like a QR code that sends it to a specific fund. Oh, here we go. Amanda says, brother and I got mom pots and pans as kids. We were so proud. Because she complained about hers and she was mad.
That was my mom. And some people, maybe your mom isn't like that, and that's okay. But my mom was like, please don't buy me things for the kitchen. Just, I would rather have like a sweater if you're going to spend money, like, or whatever. But yeah, I think it's probably different for each person, but that was just something that my mom had told me. So it's kind of how I grew up.
We got the AskCon fund. Yeah,
yes.
Absolutely.
I'm going to make that jar for the office. That's amazing.
Dana said I needed to moonwalk out of that conversation.
Unless
You're probably right.
It's like the snaps. We do snaps in the office, like snaps for whatever from Legally Blonde. So we'll have an AskCon fund jar that we can put stuff into.
The revenge gift, Star Trek Mama, was toilet paper.
Yes. Do it.
Yeah. The AskCon jar.
The AskCon jar will actually be it'll be the QuickBooks like money thing, whatever it's called. You can put your card.
So as long as you ask for it, it's fine. But I do think it's the observation about dudes and tools. I think is it's an interesting one.
There's a poll.
But most guys feel differently about that. It's not it's not off-putting at all. It's because they're toys, right? It's interesting.
Yep.
Anyway,
I agree.
It's a thought.
I do love the pettiness that she waited. I couldn't wait a year to get revenge.
We'll go ahead and give the petty confetti there.
I would do it for like a birthday or something. I would have to be. Yeah. I saw someone
Sergeant Mac. Ellen, please revenge gift me with a power miter saw with laser alignment. Yes.
Do it, Ellen.
Make sure it's a compound miter saw, please. And make sure it's the one that comes with the stand.
That's my dad. That's basically my dad.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, Tater. Love. Mwah. Ladies and gentlemen, Candy Thunder. And we've also already hit the paper crane gift here, so let's go ahead and chat about that for a moment here, shall we? Let me get Dancing Santa back up here real quick. Haunted Gal leading the board again. She likes being in that number one slot. Cat, Henrietta Nielsen, Valerie Shadowcat, Diana 5520, Just Heather, Southern Country, Prep Girl, Ruby Redhead, Tony Spark, Wolfie Shadow Fox, Candy CLKB, S Weaver, Denise Burkhardt, Jofa's Mommy, Capricorn Girl, Heidi J, Lacey Lex, Kimberly, Big Rye, Sue Ann 257, and Not That Ellen. Thank you guys so much. Greatly appreciate it. Also, I mentioned earlier, but I've been sick for like 3 days. Still technically sick today, but I'm heavily medicated right now, and I feel at this moment great. Yeah. This concoction that I've got going on that's working, and I hope you guys are having a fun time. I haven't said anything too stupid yet. I'm gonna go back and watch this and be like, ugh, but you know. All right, we have the ability to unlock Caden Thunder next. Let's get this. How many of those? We got those. Caden Thunder and a cake story. Caden and cake. Okay, we are doing 500 donuts. So the paper cranes was confetti in the helmet, Tony Spark. I guess I should have thrown that on before here, huh? I did what? I did already thank the peeps. I was supposed to put the helmet on for that.
Put the helmet on for the next goal.
Okay. I'll put the helmet on when I'm thanking people for the next goal, but he said he's going to go ahead and shoot the confetti now. So brace yourselves, everyone. Brace yourselves. Boom. can hear it like hitting the ground. It's normally I think we have like the music and stuff going on whenever that goes off, so you can't hear everything slowly hitting the ground, one piece of confetti at a time. But it's been fun. I'm hit. Dread Zone, I hit. Madison says, is anyone else having issues with the live? I can see chats and hear effects, but no Dusty? Oh no. So sometimes TikTok is probably the glitchiest platform in the planet. I said the other day, TikTok glitches more than, oh gosh, what is her name? Veronica von Schweetz. Is that it? From Wreck-It Ralph? Yeah, it's super glitchy. So a lot of times you just have to bounce out of the app and then jump back in, and that typically makes it work. But some people keep freezing. Do I have Twitch? I do. So I'll actually multi-stream on the Sunday night lives, which I go live at 9 p.m. Central Time. Sometimes they're Mondays, but most of the time Sundays. On Sunday nights, I will multi-stream to TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. Yep. Vanellope. There you go. Vanellope von Schweetz. There you go. There you go. Now you got it. Okay, let's go ahead and jump on. This next story is from the AITA subreddit and is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Leaving My Friend and Her Newborn on the Side of the Road? Oh, shoot. It involves a kid. Baby. I, 29 female, was driving my friend, 30 female, back from a wedding with her newborn baby through Arizona. We were on one of those 2-lane highways and I was passing big rigs that were going too slow. She was rudely critiquing me and telling me that my driving was unsafe, and I told her to stop whining or I would make her and her baby get out. She then continued to do it, so I pulled over into the breakdown area and I told her to get out or I wouldn't drive. I offered for her to leave her baby with me, but she refused, so I kicked him out too. Apparently her phone was at 5% and she wasn't able to get a ride for a few hours before she used some random person's phone to call an Uber, which cost a lot. She is constantly rude about my driving when I'm simply trying to drive efficiently. She's now insisting that I pay for her Uber, and I apologized but refused because it's her fault that she got kicked out. Am I the astronaut? Yeah. Okay, so let me get this straight. You were on a 2-lane highway passing big rigs that were going too slow. That's your version of this. I assume your friend's version of this was you were driving entirely unsafely and with an infant in the car to boot. So I would speak up too. I'd be like, hey, can you just, try not to kill us? That'd be great. And then kicking them out. Like, if it was just your friend, that would be one thing. You'd be like, screw off. But you knowing, not even like a rest stop, not a place with any kind of shelter or anything, just a breakdown area, like the shoulder, like a wider shoulder. You just kicked her and her baby out, forcing them to leave or to sit there for hours. Yeah, that's an asshole thing to do. Also, if you were a parent in this situation, it would be a child endangerment, right? Even though you're leaving her there with another adult, you put this child in a dangerous situation on the side of a road. I'm not okay with it. I think it is I'd be pissed. Let's just say, if somebody ever did this when my kid was involved, I would be furious. And the fact that OP here is like, whoa, I told her to stop complaining, and I kicked the baby out too. I don't think I'm the asshole. You got yourself kicked out. Okay, how about you have a kid in the car. How about you just drive just a little more calm for a little bit to not, make everybody's butt pucker up the fabric of your seats while you're driving the whole time. Yeah, I'm going to go and throw you all the way up here to ASCON 1, because that is a shite thing to do. And her phone is at 5%. Yeah, obviously her phone not being charged is not your fault, but it is just more evidence to say that you shouldn't have kicked her out and put them in a precarious position. You saying that she put herself in that position by speaking up about the safety of your driving? I took the scenic route. You make it the last ride you gave her, not risking the baby. I would have just made it the last ride I gave her, not risking the baby, Ashley says. Yeah, you know what? I think it all comes down to the kicking them out on the side of the road with a baby. If that one thing hadn't happened and you got to a next gas station or a restaurant or something and you were like, okay, call a ride, it'd be a different situation. But I think the level of assholery is proven here by the willingness to kick a baby out on the side of the road. Be like, hey, is OP the baby daddy? That would suck. It says I-29 female was driving my friend 30 female back from a wedding with her newborn baby through Arizona. So supposedly not, but it's just not an okay situation to put a kid in a situation like that. With a friend like OP, who needs enemies? There you go. Good gravy. Yeah, not okay. 100% not okay. Not a fan. Not a fan of that at all. Also, a pretty short story there, so we can bounce over to our next one here real quick. Let me get a quick drink of water. Donuts to get Caden Thunder up here. It is Caden Thunder and what? And a cake story. There we go. A mother cake story.
It's wedding mother cake.
Wedding mother cake all in one. You know, I'm just now noticing you guys haven't used your mic button over there once today. You've just been barking at me. I went to all the trouble of setting up a microphone for you over there.
You're right. We forgot to use this really nice Christmas gift that was given to us to use for work.
That is not like getting you guys a vacuum. First of all, this is our work setting. And second of all, this was a solution to a problem because you guys are always trying to tell me things and I can't hear you whenever the music is going on stream, but you guys can't hear the music, so you don't know that I can't hear you. So I gave you away.
Informed that this was a Christmas present.
No.
Kind of like the lady went to shop vac.
That was a joke Christmas present, obviously. Oh, I'm sorry I couldn't hear you because you didn't talk into the microphone. That is the...
That's what I thought.
Guess what? We're wrapping up Tim Tams and giving them to you.
I'm getting an empty container of Tim Tams. It's an empty container. Calm down. It's an empty container. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's fun. That is fun. But seriously, use the microphone. A jar. I just got the jar again. Oh my gosh. It's at work. It's not just like anyway. Oh, that's a long conversation. You know what? We'll have to bring Candy Thunder up to talk about what Tim Tams are. You'll have to bring them up. You'll have to bring up all the different flavors that you have right now and kind of showcase them. Talk about what you like about each one. Have you tried them all yet? All the different flavors? No, we have some more exploring to do through the flavors of Tim Tams. Okay, here we go. The white chocolate. Still need it, but you don't like it. I'm just kidding. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Here is our next story. This one is titled, "Am I the astronaut for forcing my mom to abide by the boundaries she set herself?" More holiday drama for the drama gods. Family situation is not awesome to start with, but they upped the ante and now want to backtrack. I'm okay with being the asshole if that's how it plays out, but I don't really see this as being as bad as my mom is making it out to be. Hey, Caroline just resubbed. Glad to have you in the Gosh Heckin' fam. Thank you. My 25 female dad died when I was 7. My mom remarried when I was 9 and had Jill, 15 female, and Janet, 13 female, with her new husband afterward. I've never liked her husband as he seemed dead set on replacing my dad and winning me over in the most obvious and obnoxious ways possible. I tolerated him as much as I could stand, but I have always refused to allow him to be called my dad or to act as if he is in any way, or I'll reread that. Or to act as if he is in any way. And when I moved out, I told him not to contact me unless something was wrong with mom. I don't feel anything towards Jill and Janet and avoid them. I don't see them as siblings, even if they are by blood. This upset my mom and her husband and I guess the kids, but there's nothing they can do about it. I can't feel what I don't feel and I won't fake it. Since I left home, I usually spend the holidays with my dad's parents, visit my mom without the others, and go to the reunion on her side where there are enough people that I don't have to deal with the others. This arrangement has been fine until last year when my mom asked me to stay with them. I declined. She asked me if it was because of her husband and the girls. I said yes, I feel like keeping distance there is best. She told me that if I'm not going to be a part of her family, to not come at all anymore. I said okay, and still went to my grandparents and visited with members of the other side separately, but didn't see her or go to the big get-together. She lit up my phone like crazy, trying to get me to change my mind. It was embarrassing. This year, she asked when I wanted to get together with her while I'm there, as if nothing happened. I told her I would respect her boundaries by not seeing her, since I'm not willing to play happy family with her husband and kids, and she set that as a condition. She said that wasn't what she meant and she wants to see me. I told her she doesn't get to retract the ultimatum once laid out. If she wants to come see me, she can travel to me without the others any time of the year. But I'm going to see my family for Christmas, and if she doesn't want to be included in that, she doesn't have to be. Anyway, got a long screed from her husband, essentially calling me an asshole. A screed? What's a screed? Did you look it up?
It is a long speech or piece of writing, typically one regarded as tedious.
What are you shaking your head at, Candy Thunder? Take your screed and get on out of here. No, we don't want no screed. Okay. Sorry. Anyway, got a long screed from her husband, essentially calling me an asshole. Jill apparently stalks my social media and tried trolling me, but I deleted her comments and blocked her without responding. I explained the situation to my grandparents on that side, and they say that my mom's husband gave her an ultimatum about me, so she's in a difficult place and doesn't know how to fix it. They suggested that my mom and I, have lunch to talk it out, but finding out that her husband was behind last year's issues makes me not want to deal with it even more. So the question here was, am I the astronaut for forcing my mom to abide by the boundaries that she set herself? No, not for that specifically. I think this is a very complicated situation though. And I think, here from the beginning, whenever you say that the guy that she remarried, her newish husband at this point, tried to replace your dad in the most obvious and obnoxious ways possible, it sounds like he was trying to do the right thing from the right place, and maybe that's different than I'm perceiving here, but like your resistance to that repelled him and their future daughters away from you completely. It's like you self-isolated by choice out of that, by rejecting this new chapter in your mom's life that you could have been a part of. And I understand that's probably difficult. I've never had to go through that, thankfully. I'm sure that's difficult, but if he did this in a truly less than gallant way, if he did it when his heart wasn't in the right place and he wasn't just trying to be a good dad to you, then yeah, I can see how you gradually got more and more and more and more to this place. But in this specific situation, you received the ultimatum last year. Why would it be any different this year? I think in that kind of situation, it's the same rules apply. And if there was awkwardness and you guys decided to be no contact or to not see each other there, then it would be the same until otherwise notified. But finding out that her hubby was behind this ultimatum, I wonder what the ultimatum was. It was probably something to the effect of, if you're not going to be nice to them, then you can't be around. And she was like, cool, bet, I won't be around. I don't know. That's a sticky situation. It seems super duper complicated. Lots of panic moonwalk today. I'm just going to panic moonwalk out of that one too. Yeah, it seems complicated. And I'm sure, to me, when I say it seems like you didn't give new dad a chance whenever he was trying to be a good dad, I'm sure it wasn't that simple. But in this context, OP is NTA. Her title said it all. Yep, Seeing Sun. Agreed. It's a sticky wicket. There you go. It is a sticky wicket. 390 of 500 on the donuts right now. We're almost there. We're also at 645 of 650 on the members of the storm. Heck yeah. That family has been growing lately. Lee, sophisticated. Mermaid Trina, Jova's mommy, Miss Fiery Repic, sophisticated again. Baby girl Rex, Tony Spark, my Tapiwa. Courtney Lynn, Sooner Yanko, Baby Girl Rex, Bether, Wolfie Shadow, Candy Thunder, Kristen Fleury, Steffens, Heidi J, Vagina, Baby Girl Rex, Tony Spark again, Alicia Haneke, Caroline, resubbed as a member of the Gosh Heckin' fam. Heck yes, that's awesome. Tinker Truck says they tried to force the new family on her. That was their mistake. Monique, thank you so much for the love. Greatly appreciated. Oh, Brian, you're learning English with my podcast? Wow. You know, I had that's interesting. I had a Russian buddy who learned to speak English by watching BET. And you can imagine how that ended up. Mermaid Trina with a gold mine. Thank you so much for that. Greatly appreciate it. Lizzie says, feels like the mom dated soon after the death. Yeah, I could see how that fits into this because there was never any closure or anything offered there. I mean, it probably should have been some kind of therapy and getting to some kind of point to where they're both okay, moving on with life. But OP still isn't, I mean, what, 15, 20 years later now, still isn't over this. So it seems like they just kept getting worse and worse and worse. More damage, more damage, more damage. Tracy, so whenever I'm announcing names, it's because I'm announcing names for the gifters that have sent gifts recently here, and we hit our donut goal, so I get to throw my helmet on. Yep, Tony Spark was trying to remind me here. All right, let me get some music popping here, and we'll get the helmet on. Give some love. I gotta find my super realistic helmet here. It's the legit one. Oh yeah. Flip it up for you here. Okay. Hey, Rebecca Barrett, welcome to the Gosh Heckin' fam. We're just serendipitous that happened right as I put the helmet on here. Haunted Gal leading the number one spot there again. Cattegat Attitude, Lisa Barnett, Sunflower Unhinged, Snow White Queen, Cole Barber, Tony Spark, Hunter Girl, Casey Stone, Ms. Fiery Repic, Rebecca, is that Rebecca WRX? Like Subaru? Or am I just reading that weird? Epic Jamie P, Susan R. Smart, Zool 1980, AIs 2488, Southern Country, Wolfie Shadow Fox, Jenny Thomason, Fleur Toxic, Esther Aguilera, Not That Ellen, Jofa's Mommy, Heidi J, Modern Southern, Candy Thunder, Kimberly P, Me Sweet, Pam K, Vagina, Wayward Darlin, Alicia Suver, Joss VP, Big Rye, Sue Ann, Ruby Redhead, Denise Burkhardt, Hey Lee, Joyful Stranger, Effulgent One, Courtney Lynn, Candy CLKB, Blessed Wonder, Oro T-Bird, Angie Holding, Peekaboo, and Ms. Pamela. Or Ms. Pamela L. Pamela? Thank you so much for helping us hit that goal. I'm going to get the next one set up here. Oh, Courtney sent in a bunch of new gifted subs out, and it looks like we hit that subscription goal. Heck yeah, that's amazing. Let's get our next one set up here. Confetti and Shark Head. Oh snap, I don't know if you guys have ever seen. Oh, you saw the Shark Head with Navy Thunder. That may have been the only time you saw it. All right, we're gonna unlock Confetti and Shark Head. Oh yeah, that's gonna be wild. Okay, while I get this helmet off and get reset here, actually let me give some thanks here real quick. Deidre with a big love, Courtney sending out gifted subs to Sue Ann, Penny, Night OMG Cookies, Jofa's Mommy, heck yeah. And Deidre also with the ice cream cone and the sweet melon, Badass Brady with the live fest, Laurel with the finger heart, Lee with the high bear there, Deidre with the sweet melon. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much. Greatly appreciate it. We are high bear focused right now, 2K of them to get the confetti and the shark head rocking and rolling. So let me bring up Caden Thunder for you here. We got to do the intro though, right? We got to do it. Ladies and gentlemen. Caden Thunder!
It's me. Dusty just drank confetti.
It was on my drink.
How are you guys doing on this fine Wednesday?
See if this will figure
Just a second.
Yeah.
All right. Have I watched any good movies lately? No. I haven't really watched any movies lately. What movies should I be watching right now? Wonka? No. I think Wonka comes out this month. I'm not sure how I feel about the Bi Generation, but it was cool. I liked it. It was cool. I'm not gonna hate on it. I think Ncuti Gatwa is gonna be a great doctor, so that's what I'll say about that. Thank you. It's a very, very festive hat. I just passed a final, so that's good. It's good news. Happy I didn't completely obliterate it in a bad way, fail it. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. I didn't wear it to class, but I should have worn it to class. I love Elf and A Christmas Story. Those are great ones. Those are super, super great movies, for sure. To celebrate, I'm gonna go to the gym and then go home and go to bed. It's gonna be a wild night. Callie and Bree M subscribe for the first time. Thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome. You get a special Caden Thunder edition shout out because I'm cool and fabulous like that. So we all appreciate y'all for real. Y'all some real ones out here. Y'all keeping it 100 with us. Straight up. You know we love you. I'm sending you those good vibes, that good aura, that good Libra aura I have. That moon power.
That moon power.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, of course I would call Die Hard a Christmas movie. It's definitely a Christmas movie. I know it was Bruce Willis. He said it wasn't, right?
Yeah.
But he was wrong.
He doesn't get to decide.
No.
He didn't write the movie.
Yeah. I have not seen Bad Moms Christmas.
What did you ask Santa for? Mama Cat wants to know.
Tax immunity.
That's how you know you've grown up. I'm so proud.
That's what I want for Christmas.
I'm so proud. Tax immunity. There you go. How about like diplomatic immunity? Just
Diplomatic
in general? That would be
immunity?
good. Yeah. Not a shop vac, Mama Cat? No, probably not.
I wouldn't mind a shop vac.
We have some of those already, so yeah.
I could like paint it.
Paint it?
Yeah, I could make it a little shop vac person. A little robot.
Huh. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Little shop vac robot?
Yep, I call him Shoppy.
Shoppy the shop vac robot.
Student loan immunity. Yeah, that's a good one.
That would be a good one too.
I like that one too.
Wally. There you go. Wally. That would be good.
Yeah, Wally's good too.
A flower, what's a Henry vacuum?
Henry vacuum?
They call it different things.
Yeah.
A shop vac nutcracker, there you go. Shop vac, they have the bot battles. Like two shop vacs battling would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you could shop vacs kind of have like is it a Dalek?
Yeah.
Look to it? Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. What do they say? Exterminate?
Yeah.
Yeah. You could just make a recording in it that says exterminate, exterminate.
I could do that.
There you go.
I could also make it a shop vac.
You could use it like normal.
I
That would be
could.
good.
Wouldn't see that one coming.
A Dalek. Yeah, there you go. A Johnny Five. Yeah, we'll have to look up the Henry vacuum. We'll have to check that out. All right, I'll jump in and read the next story here. Ladies and gentlemen, big thanks to Caden Thunder for jumping on and sporting the flashy hat. It's baller. You gonna wear that hat for the rest of the day now? Wear it to the gym. Please wear it to the gym. Have one of your buddies film, but wear it to the gym. It would be awesome. It'd be festive. It would be super festive. Heck yeah. Yeah, thank you for all the love there and all the good vibes for Caden Thunder's remaining finals here. Put the voice thing inside of it, Denise. There you go. The Annoyatron. There you go. So is it Kaylee? Callie? K-A-H-L-I. Kaylee or Callie? You have to let us know. I want to make sure we pronounce it at least close to correctly. All right, we're going to go ahead and bounce over to the next story here. We're at 678 of 2K on the high bears here. So we have our last cake reward story for you here. Also, we are at, I can't tell. Enlarge that screen. 85% of our likes goals right now. We're plugging away. We're getting there closer. We're at 630, close to 639K out of 750. So rocking and rolling. Thank you so much for the likes and shares there today. Greatly appreciate it. Here we go. Cake reward story is, am I the astronaut for not banning strawberries from my wedding cake? We read the story already. We've already read this story, Tony Spark. Sorry. He's a son of a bitch. I will read the next story while Tony Spark panics and tries to find a new cake story for us to swap into this spot. Oh, nice, Sammy. Heck yeah. You're a Torm now. See, it's got the lightning bolt though, so it's Storm. Okay, we're gonna read our next regularly scheduled story here and hopefully find a cake story to swap in for that. We'll figure something out. Okay, here we go. This one is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Not Buying My Daughter an iPhone? I have two daughters, 16 and 12. Me and my husband agreed that we wouldn't buy our kid expensive phones above $300. I feel like they're a waste of money, especially for a teenager. They can save up for one if they want, but we won't buy them one. We try not to spend more than $400 on individual gifts unless it's something that could be really helpful for our children. Our 16-year-old recently saved up money and bought an iPhone 15. Previously, she has used a Samsung phone we gave her for her 13th birthday. Our 13-year-old has an old Galaxy S8, which still works well. She wanted another phone for Christmas. We told her we would get her phone as long as it is under $300. She threw a fit and said it's unfair that her sister has an iPhone, but she doesn't. But she doesn't. I told her that she could do chores or babysit or save up birthday or Christmas money from relatives to get an iPhone, but we would not buy her one. So sister worked for hers, saved up and bought her own, and younger sister is pitching a fit because she doesn't just get one as a gift. My husband thinks we should buy her an iPhone because it's unfair that her sister has one, but she doesn't. What? Hubby? You are not helping here in this situation at all. You're not parenting as a team. I told my husband that it's unfair for us to get the 13-year-old an $800 iPhone while my 16-year-old only gets a $100 gift. My daughter is angry at me and says that all of her friends have iPhones and it's embarrassing not to have one. I offered to get her a refurbished iPhone for $450 on her birthday in February, but I said that I wouldn't spend more. I don't think a 13-year-old needs an $800 smartphone. Now she hasn't been speaking to me for a few hours and says I'm ruining her life. Should I just get her an iPhone? Am I the astronaut? Dude, okay. I hate that kids do this shit. Am I the astronaut for not buying my daughter an iPhone? Is the question here? No, you're not. You're not an astronaut for not buying your daughter an iPhone. The real assholes in this story are the other kids who make fun of a kid because they don't have an iPhone. What kind of garbage is that? Also, like we're not an iPhone family. We're a Google family. So we rock Google Pixel phones and I remember Ava Thunder saying something about somebody talking shit on her Google Pixel phone because, iPhones are the cool thing. Here's the cool part. She doesn't give a shit. She's like, whatever, I love it. It's awesome. I think it's better. And developing that kind of mentality where you can be like, I don't care what other people say. I like what I like is great. But I understand that most kids are not there. Most kids aren't at a place where they can hold up to the peer pressure and be able to withstand the even if it's just ingest bullying kind of crap that goes on over material things. And if you can, I think it's a great lesson to put a kid in a position where they have to learn to deal with that, because they're going to have to learn to deal with that their entire friggin' life. Guess what? You're going to get out there in the real world as an adult, and you're not going to be handed the same thing that everybody else has. You can work for it. You can work to achieve it. She was given a path to be able to achieve something here by saying you can do this, this, and this. You can do this work. You can save up these other things to achieve that thing, but it's not going to be just handed to you. Your older sister got one because she saved up for it, right? Our 16-year-old recently saved up money and bought an iPhone 15. And little sister wants to just be handed one. Well, if you do this, you are going to end up with a golden child who is going to present us with another story years later about how she has to have everything that her older sister, who has to work for everything, has, and ends up trying to kiss and steal her husband. We read that one the other day. Don't do it. Teach your kid to work for something. Teach them to be able to stand up to or not care about the cool shit that all the other kids are saying. And I know it's much, much easier to say than do. And we're just fortunate enough to have kids who are great to just be embedded with that kind of belief system, which is, I understand it's not common, but you gave her a path to be able to earn it. And if you give her one, this is my rebuttal to dad. Dad is really throwing a wrench in the entire system here. What dad needs to understand is that he says it's not fair for the older sister to have one and the younger sister not to have one. Is it fair to make one of them work for it and not the other? Because that's the path that he's talking about creating here. That's the situation. That's not balanced. How is that fair, Dad? You're not helping things. You're part of the problem here, dude. Not the asshole. OP, not the asshole. Dad is not part of the solution here. And if he is openly opposing you here and openly telling the younger daughter that he's all for it, and he says, yes, mom's the only one holding this thing up, then he's an official asshole. We don't know that that's the case, so I'm not going to put him on there yet. But you are NTAOP. Stay strong. Teach your daughter to be strong too. Work for it. Balance it by buying the older kids a new phone too, Bree says, but the older daughter just saved up money and bought her own new phone. There's no need to buy that daughter one. And also it's beyond the budget that they set for the individual gift. So it's something that they just fiscally would not do. Yeah. Heidi J, Stacy, Tess, Brittany, Scott, Lee, Mary, KDCLKB, Haunted Gal, Misty, Brittany, Scott, Mary, Tony, Spark, Laura, McMillian, Wood, Mary with the mic checks there. Thank you so much for that. Laura, Misty, JJ Punk, Margie, Ty, Lisa, Not, Sooner, Yanko, Pam K, Justina, Sooner again, OMG, Cookies, JJ Punk, Courtney, Lynn, Stacy, Mermaid, Trina, Jane Owen, Haunted Gal, Amber W with the Heart Me a first gift there. Thank you so much for that. Tony Spark, Bree M, and is it Kaylee or Callie? Did we find out? Oh, try. Yeah. Wait till she buys a car and then the younger one wants that too. That's going to suck. You're going to set a precedent here. Carly. Gotcha. I'm like, but it's Kahli. My brain won't accept it. Carly. Understood. What? Anna, I'm seeing your comment here. The husband of the abandoned friend of the story that we read earlier had just recently died before the story happened. Oh, that's even worse, dude. It's even worse. Without the R sound. Kali. Gotcha. Yeah. Lisa says if either younger works for it or they refund the older daughter, I pick younger works. Yeah. There you go. Yes, finally you saw it. Kali. I'm going to have to repeat it about 100 times. I'm going to get it wrong 50 more times. So, but we're on a path. We're on a path to a solution here. Yeah, phones are redonkulous. We've done, we actually started going through, instead of getting phones like through AT&T or through the carrier, we started going through the Google Store directly because you can You can 0% it out there, and it just makes it easier. And then it's unlocked. You're not locked in with that carrier. And I know Google Fi. Does anybody have Google Fi is it pronounced Fi or Fi or Google Fi as a phone provider, as a phone network provider? This will brand you. It's actually Kaliana. Well, that helps. That helps with the context. Boost Mobile, love it. Kitties, you have Google Fi? You have a OnePlus phone? Oh, it's illegal to lock phones in Canada? What? Kitties and Cuteness says Google Fi is great. We've talked about it. We've talked about switching over to it, but and I think we actually have the SIM cards from Google Fi. We just never pulled the trigger on it. Was using a Samsung Galaxy until I couldn't turn it on or off. You know what? So Samsung is in the Android world, right? But they started kind of playing the same game that Apple did. And it seemed like they were trying really hard to be like Apple. So whenever Google Pixel phones became more common, we jumped over that route and have enjoyed it a lot more. If for only the lack of bloatware that shows up, like all the Samsung specific apps that show up on the phone that you have to fight with every update for the majority of the life of that phone, you don't have to deal with that with a Google phone. It's all the Google stuff that you need and use, and that's it. So it's handy. But I'm at a point in life now where I'm like, I'm comfortable with the phone that I have. I don't need or want the next big great upgrade. I'm comfy. Also, I like to one hand my phone. Like I'm a one-hand swipe texter, and phones are getting huge now. Phones are getting like even the smaller phones when they come out with new Pixel phones are big. I'm like, I want it to fit comfortably in my pocket. Why do they keep making phones like they're gradually getting up to the tablet size? And here pretty soon, we're gonna be like this, talking on our phones and trying to swipe text with one hand. It's gonna be massive. Yeah, Kali is a cool name. Are you jumping in?
Okay. First off, I apologize for the cake situation. It happened. Apparently, I didn't know you go live on Sundays and Mondays, apparently. So it happened that.
It's because you're never there.
I wouldn't know. So it's Ted's recovery time. I don't have time for that. Ted doesn't have time for that. So anyway, so to make it up, I have found not one, but 2 cake stories to end the live with.
Oh, so there we go.
You get a bonus cake story because I like to sleep on Sunday nights / Monday.
Okay. So we'll bounce over to that, and we're still high bear focused. We're at 840 of 2K right now, and those get confetti and shark head. So shark head. Okay, here we go. Cake story, bonus cake story. Cake story and bonus cake story. For turn off invites. Yeah, I'm sorry. All right, here we go. This bonus or this cake story is, am I the astronaut for not sharing a cake I baked with my mom? I know this is very petty, but here we are. I, 16 male, love to bake. I make a lot of sweets such as cakes, brownies, cookies, muffins, pies, etc. Well, a couple of days ago, I made my first cake that I paid for myself. I bought all the ingredients, and I think it's one of the best I've made. Well, when my mom saw the cake, she immediately wanted to try it. I told her no because 1, I didn't want to. 2, I made it, so I should try it first. 3, I paid for it. For some further explanation on the 3rd reason, when I was younger, my parents would mostly take me and my brothers, food without our consent or them asking because they paid for the food. Oh, that's shitty. Boop. So now that I've paid for it, I get to choose who has and doesn't have it. I'm not acting in spite or anything, but I bought the ingredients myself this time, so I have a choice right now on who I want to have it and when I'm okay with them having it. Of course, I'm planning on sharing later, but I didn't want to in the moment. Hey, nice job hitting that likes goal. Look at you go. Look at you go. FF to now, and it's been, FF to now, and it's been on my mind like, words are hard. We're getting close to the end of the stream. My medicine's wearing off, I think. FF to now, it's been on my mind lately, and now I'm wondering if I'm the astronaut. So, am I the astronaut? So here, I have a couple of follow-up questions for you here, OP. Such as, Did you buy the pan that you made it in? Did you buy the oven that you baked it in? Did you buy the house that the oven's in, that you made it in? There are a lot of layers to this. I'm just saying it may not be wise of you to start playing the no because you didn't pay for it game. You're going to find yourself sleeping outside, or it's going to backfire on you pretty quickly. You are not ready for the you didn't pay for it game. Trust me, you are not ready for this. Not trust me like that ever happened to me. I'm just saying the cards are stacked against you. That is not a game that you want to start playing. I understand where you're coming from here, but also it's an entire cake. Like you couldn't spare one piece for your ma. I understand that you wanted to try it first, and I fully agree with that. Just say, yeah, it's fine. I'll cut us both a piece, right? I'll cut us both a piece. It'll be fine. But I don't think you want to start playing the you didn't pay for it game. Now, that your parents saying taking your food and saying they paid for it, like that's weird. I'm not a fan of that. But I'm just saying this is a dangerous game that I don't think you want to play. And the question here is, am I the astronaut for not sharing a cake I baked with my mom? I'd say yeah. Because it's the question that you're asking here is for not sharing a cake I baked with my mom. You're saying not even give her a single piece here. When I'm operating on assumption here, but you used her pan, her oven, her house, her electricity or gas. Like you used a lot of things. You might have bought the ingredients, but everything else involved here was hers. So if you want to play the you didn't pay for it game, she's going to play it right back at you. But also I think you just saying here that, yeah, I want to try it first, but yeah, I'll cut you a slice. There's an easy way to do this without saying no. You just don't get any. I think it's an asshole move. I don't think it's it's not, you're not evil for it. But I am going to go ahead and put you at a 3 because I think you should have done this differently. And it's a dangerous, dangerous game that is going to backfire and you're going to end up feeling more pain than it's worth here. Like, is this really worth the battle that you're getting ready to start? You baked a whole cake, man. That's where I'm at. Danny says it sounds like OP has a history of folks breaking their boundaries, so I'm sorry. Based off of the description here, I can see how you would get to that conclusion. I think my opinion here remains because I think he's going to find himself in the same position here, where it's the you paid for it game, then they're going to fire right back, and it's just dangerous. OP mentioned sharing it later. Everything else here says, so now that I've paid for it, I get to choose who has and doesn't have it. So I have a choice right now on who I want to have it and when I'm okay with him having it. Of course, I'm planning on sharing it later, but I didn't want to in the moment. But he's not saying that to his mom. And he's saying, of course, I'm planning on sharing later. But in this moment, he hasn't given her any indication that he's planning on sharing it with her. I don't know. It seems like a stupid move to me. It's not the hill you want to die on. It's not a battle that you want to start. It's not a battle that you can afford to start in his position here. It's an unwise move. I understand the motivation behind it, but there are some things that you can feel and not act on. I think this would be one of those things that would be smart too. 16, yeah. And that's understandable at 16. And you're right. You're right. This is Willow. You are absolutely right. This is absolutely, and everyone sucks here because of what he said before about how they used to do that shit to him. So you're right. We'll modify here too, and everyone sucks here. Still think it's a dumbass move, but he's a 16-year-old kid. He's going to learn. He's going to make a lot of stupid choices. And that's how you learn to start making better ones. Right? Okay, let's dive to our next and final cake reward story here. It's the bonus one. This is the bonus story because it's the 2-for-1 deal. See? It's like discount cake stories here too. We sold Tony at a discount earlier for discounted I'm Blue gifts, and now we get a bonus cake story. All right, this story is, am I the astronaut? My wife is mad and calling me cheap for suggesting we bake a homemade cake for my daughter's birthday. So for my daughter's birthday, the wife and I are our daughter. Wait, what? So for my daughter's birthday, the wife and I. Hold on. This is what happens when we have to scramble. We kind of have to fix things as we go here. Oh, okay. That's fine. I can read that. So for my daughter's birthday, the wife and I are taking our daughter to Disney for 2 days. And my wife also bought some presents and wants to buy a birthday cake. I'm not against getting a birthday cake, but I suggested that we bake my daughter a homemade cake instead of buying a $40 Pokemon cake from Publix due to the fact that we have already spent a little over $2,000 on Disney tickets and still haven't paid for the resorts. I'm now being called cheap. And that because me and the wife will spend money on ourselves throughout the year, that buying a $40 cake on top of the money we have already spent for this trip shouldn't be an issue. We aren't made of money, and all I'm trying to do is save what we have for this trip, like the resort and food things my daughter may want while at the park. So, am I the astronaut? Edit, I'll try to answer everyone's questions. 1, I'm making the cake. 2, the trip is the day after my daughter's birthday. 3, I didn't plan to go to Disney. My wife bought tickets without consulting me to see if it was in our budget. Oh, snap. Okay, there's a lot more going on here than just this cake. Wife bought tickets to Disney without consulting with her partner first to see if it was even in budget. It's just like $2,000. Poof, you're cheap. You got problems here. You got problems. This is Am I the Astronaut? My wife is mad and calling me cheap for suggesting that we bake a homemade cake for my daughter's birthday. So am I the astronaut for wanting to make a homemade cake? No, you're not an asshole for that. You're not an astronaut for wanting to do that. You know, this is like a duck cake kind of thing, right? Yeah, you can make the cake to try to save a little bit. You're going to have to make a whole lot of homemade cakes versus buying them at the store for several years to make up for that $2,000 she just dropped without telling you first or letting you like give you time to plan for it or anything. You got what is the opposite of cheap? Bougie? Okay. You may be cheap, but your wife's bougie because she's dropping $2,000 without telling you. You trying to save $20. You're trying to save $20 and she's dropping $2,000 without telling you. So you guys have a lot of issues going on here. I can't even put you on the scale because you have so many issues going on that aren't related to this cake at all. There's a lot bigger stuff going on here. You guys have very different views on how money should be spent and communicated about. And you got to get that shit locked down. You got to do it, man. You got to do it. And I understand this is kind of a spike cake. But it's you like, we got to save money every turn we can and trying to get her in this kind of habit. But good luck with that, because if right now she's comfortable enough to spend $2,000 on tickets without talking to you first, you've got a long way to go, man. A long way. Long way. Give her a nickel, she'll spend a dime. Yeah, Vixen, you haven't even paid for the hotel yet. This is dangerous, man. This is dangerous right here. Like, yeah, this is dangerous. NTA, if I haven't already said it, NTA for wanting to try to save a little bit of money here. Maybe you went about it in a what is going on buttons. Work with me. There we go. We'll go NTA, but you have bigger problems. You have much bigger problems, and good luck to you. Because if you haven't paid for the hotel yet, and also when you go to Disney, I assume because it's like her birthday kind of thing, you're going to have the full princess experience. So what you've paid so far is about to get a lot more expensive, man. You may want to look into selling some organs or that kind of thing. Anything you don't need, get rid of. Okay, so we ran a little bit over there, but had to get that bonus cake story in. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. We're at 1320 of 2K. We'll roll that over into the VIP live, which we'll have rocking it here in about 10 to 15 minutes. We'll do our standard outro here. So yeah, VIPs, give us about 10 to 15 minutes to set up for that VIP stream. We'll get set up back there. We will do the Wheel of Thunder. We're going to get that rocking. And we talked about maybe doing something else. Well, that's a different thing. It's a different thing. Sorry, I'm getting scrambled here. Medicine's wearing off. I don't know. Amber says, as someone who just got back, it's freaking expensive. Try Costco travel. Ugh. Mama Bird, thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. But what will we do for 15 minutes? Yeah, yes, Jules, VIP is a subscriber. Anybody who's a subscriber now, if you got a gifted subscription today, or if you're a new subscriber today, you will get a notification, hopefully, that we are going live with the VIP Live here in about 10 to 15 minutes, and it'll be me, Candy Thunder, and Tony Sparks set up in the back studio here chatting with you. So give us a little bit of time. We'll get rocking there. Thank you guys so much for all the love today. Greatly appreciate it. This time and every time. We'll see you soon.